Yo, what's up? Today I'm going to answer a couple of your questions because this is the 6k subscribers Q&A. Thank you so much for all the support recently and also throughout all the years, of course. Today I'm going to tell something a bit more about myself, also a bit more about me and Wolvesville, of course. So yeah, let's get into this. If I don't answer your question, then I will likely just answer it in the form of a reply to the question you post. And possibly I will make a short of it, because one of the questions that has been asked so far is actually already converted into a short, because I found it good material for a short. Anyways, let's get into this. I want to go full-time in editing. Preferably I want to go full-time in YouTube, but that is not something that is very easy or that takes time. You know, it's going to take time if I want to go for that, and I also probably need to move away from Wolvesville if I really want to go for that. But of course I have also smaller goals. A goal that I want to reach, I don't think I can call for it right now, but I want to reach 10k subscribers someday with Wolvesville. And I also have something cool that I will do when I have 10k subscribers on Wolvesville. But on the long term, I have a goal of making a career out of a YouTube channel based on something else than Wolvesville, but I yet have to start something proper in terms of that. And then, what are your 5 favorite games in a ranking? Well, that's a tough ranking actually to make. My number 5 one, that's so tricky. I think it has to be some Mario game. Like, calling out one single Mario game, there's like a couple good ones on the Switch. I'm a DS guy, I love Mario Kart as well. So number 5, I will probably pop it up on the screen when I have thought about it a bit more. But number 4 is probably gonna be Wolvesville. I do play this game a lot in the past especially, but now it's like, well, a couple years already that I played like once or twice per week for an hour. And then of course on the stream. And yeah, well, it's a number 4. That I do have my flaws with also. I'm going to get back to that later on in this video. And well, other than that, I do not have too much to say about it. Number 2 definitely goes to FIFA. I'm also a big football fan. And especially I love to play FIFA a lot. I think it could be a lot better, obviously, than it is right now. But yeah, it's also tricky because would you count it as one game? It's kind of a franchise almost, but there's no single FIFA you can... It's hard to pinpoint one FIFA game that takes number 2. But in general, FIFA/EAFC takes number 2 for me. But number 1, that one is the most clear for me. Number 1 has to be Minecraft, because in Minecraft you can do anything. I have had discussions with some people before. If there's only one game you can play for the rest of your life, it would have to be Minecraft, just because there's so much you can do. Also, Minecraft is definitely the game I have most fond memories with in terms of social life as well, because I've played on a YouTuber server for around 5 years, and when he stopped, that was definitely one of the most heartbreaking moments for me in my life. I actually even wrote a song about it. As well, it was like one of 2 inspirations for that song. That is the number 1 game for me, and I still play it to this date. I also have a server right now, which you are seeing some footage of as well. So yeah, that's my ranking. But I definitely have more games that I enjoy. I love playing Risk, Fall Guys sometimes as well. And yeah, probably even more that I forget about. I have only played one other social deduction, I think, or 2, because Secret Hitler is a social deduction game. I've not really played it too often, but I've played it in a game night in my Discord server. And another one very popular, or it was really popular, Among Us. I've played that one too. Why is Avenger your favorite role? Well, that is just because of one game I had. It was a sect leader game. And I was not sected, and someone else was also not sected. And the sect was like, the whole sect was like, well, we are going to lynch you because we don't want you in our team, or something like that. They were like, yeah, well, they didn't want to do giving in, which is 100% understandable. But at that point, I was just not happy about it. I wanted to win. I wanted to play for the team. You know, I was Avenger and I was like, ha, you know what? I'm gonna and like I'm gonna and yeah, when they lynched me and I attacked the whole sect, it was so satisfying to see. And they all got so mad at me and they deserved it, you know? Every time I talk about it, it just brings up these revenge feelings. And that's why I love the Avenger the most. Have to say though, it could be boring sometimes if you play Avenger. If it's fixed, for example, people know your role already. Well, if the werewolves know about you, it's not very fun because you will either be abused or they will just not touch you. Right, then we have questions from Negative is rather dead, aka randomized user. What role do you think ruins the balance and fun of the game? Well, that's definitely Vigilante, but there are more, of course. What was the goal in mind when making Royal Realms of Wolvesville? The goal was to make it more accessible, whilst also maintaining a high level, and that is difficult because a lot of people aren't on the same level as high-ranked players, and if you don't have high-ranked players, the level is gonna drop, which I am fine with if the level is still acceptable. It doesn't have to be top tier for me, but as long as it's acceptable and fun to watch, then that works, you know. But it kind of flopped because of a couple reasons. When I hit 1k subscribers, that was really big because I could monetize. And I mean, I don't make that much money off YouTube, but it was such a milestone. I think 10k is gonna be the first truly big moment that I'm going to have great feelings again because of reaching a milestone. And 6k is a milestone too. I think still it's more special if you reach 1k, 10k, 100k, you know, that kind of stuff. The roll card update is great, and I'm not always a fan of roll cards, but they have definitely added something that was needed in terms of the ability to have much more new rolls in the game. There are people who say like Wolvesville didn't need roll cards because we don't really need new rolls, but let me tell you, in 2020 and in 2021, okay, in 2021 I didn't even play that much, but in 2020 the game was at its peak because the virus, but they only gave an update with 6 rolls in 2020 and 1 update I think in 2021 with 3 rolls, and then later on the Pumpkin King as well. But yeah, 2021 also, that was just a Grave Roll by Alchemist and also the Easter Bunny, which doesn't even count in my opinion. And 2018 and 19 had a good amount of rolls, but 2020 it had 1 update, it was okay. But the game went stale and yeah, people lost interest because of a lack of rolls. So I'm really happy that with the roll card update in that sense that we now do see regular rolls, so there are regular updates. Also, I am the person or one of the persons behind the regular updates because I suggest to Philip that he should do like monthly / bi-monthly updates that have a theme because it's easier with marketing and branding. But yeah, the roll cards update is definitely up there just for that sake, but roll cards are not balanced, don't get me wrong on that. They are not balanced, but it's great that they came because they allowed for many cool updates to come. And if you're referring to any modern update, like after the roll cards update, I would say that it was either the Fairy Tales or the Cozy Vibes update in 2023. That was also really good. Of course, the Steam update is huge for me too. But if we go to the OG updates, then one update I really think should be the winner here is for me the Custom Games update. Because Custom Games also got added at some point, right? But when it comes to rules updates, I would say that 2018 also had the Avenger update. And yeah, well, you know, the Avenger is my favorite role, but it also came with another really important role that we should not underestimate its importance of, and that's the detective. Because of the detective implementation, it was finally possible that the seer could go, because before that it was just seer and aura seer in terms of informers for the village. So yeah, that is also a candidate for the best update, but probably custom games update or the roll cards update is best. I do not like the Stormwolf at all. The Stormwolf is slightly better, but I hope they are in the same roll tree, because otherwise they're just, yeah, I don't know, man. It just doesn't feel right to have these in the game. And if they're in the same roll tree, then at least they could make setups around it, which is then okay, because you can either avoid them or people know at least to prepare for a chaos roll. I have a couple tournaments right now in my head that I want to execute, and Clan Wars is definitely one of them, but I cannot do any promises in terms of when there will be tournaments. I want to do 2 tournaments this year. I have one idea for a couple years already, and I definitely should be executing that, but I also came up with something else. I am probably going to record it in April or so. Yeah, so more info to be followed soon on that first tournament of the year. I already did a sneak peek in the Hyperfun back in December of the logo, but yeah. Yes, they can. I actually had this happen in one of my roster experiment videos last year. I did not create it myself, but Philip suggested it to me, or he proposed it to me, like, would you be interested in this? Would there be demand? And is this something to motivate people to make content? And I jumped on board, of course, because it's a relatively easy way for me to earn a little bit extra and to invest money into my channel, which I really want to do. And I'm actually on the verge of receiving another payout, so that's really great. Can finally upgrade this microphone, I think. Yeah, okay. I'm not gay, and how maxed out is your account? It's not very maxed out at all. I don't buy too many cosmetics. Definitely not with money. Like maybe a couple times in the past. I do have quite a bit of stuff though, but that's something you can expect after having played like for 5 years or 6. I do not have a partner, and if I would try to, but yeah, she would have to be interested, of course, otherwise there's no point, right? First of all, other YouTubers, and then also just how easy it was to get into this game and make videos about it. What's your real name? Wouter? How long have you played Wolvesville? I've played since the beginning of July of 2018, so that's 5 years now, 5.5 years. Do you play other games except Werewolf? Yes, I play, at the moment I play EAFC 24. I play a couple Mario games. I recently 100% Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I play Minecraft. I am currently running a server as well, and I play on there as well sometimes. And so now and then I join a game of Fall Guys if someone streams that I follow. But yeah, I do not really play too many other games. What if a red lady steps with other red lady? Will they be immortal? I think they will be, yes. I am pretty sure they are immortal in that case, but I'm not 100% sure. I've never really tested it myself, but I've seen it happen. I don't really care too much. The old ones are kind of goofy, but yeah, they are old, so yeah, they kind of have a nostalgic value too. But in all fairness, I think the newer ones are better. I love elephants, first of all. I don't have an elephant or anything, don't worry. But yeah, I love elephants. You can also see it in my clan as well as my profile in Wolvesville. And do you have a pet? Yeah, I do have a lot of pets. In fact, we have 10 pets here. If you count the chickens, we have 6 chickens. We have 3 cats and 1 dog. I think it's between perhaps Grumpy Grandma. I'd like to play Grumpy Grandma for sure. Flagger is cool as well. Preacher as well. I like a lot of the niche roles as well. Like RV tier roles. But Conjurer is also fun. Of course, don't forget about that. How old are you? I'm 24. Do you like to travel? I'm not really big in traveling. I haven't been on a holiday trip. Well, that's a lie, because I've been to Bologna like a year ago when my brother studied there, but other than that, I don't really travel that much. But if I'm going alone somewhere, then I want to visit the Wolvesville developer team, which is also the next question. I do want to visit the dev team when I hit 10k subscribers, so subscribe if you want me to do that. And of course, if that happens, I am going to vlog it, because I have a camera. So yeah, I'm going to vlog it if that happens. I think it's still the Vigilante. There are a couple candidates here, but Zombie is, I think, too niche of a role. It doesn't occur too often. It can be countered. I do not think it's balanced still because of giving in, but it's a more niche role. But the Vigilante is definitely the number 1 because it's so frequent. You see it like in every game mode except for ranked, of course, most of the times. And with a Vigilante you can basically just not really claim. Also, when I'm Villager and Vigilante reveals someone randomly, it's also just not a fun way of playing, right? And that's also the role that I would like to see deleted. Other roles I could mention are Seer and Pacifist, but Seer, at least you can still claim Seer, right? So if you can claim Seer, it's difficult, but at least there is a counter, and the Vigilante doesn't have a counter. And for the Pacifist there's also a counter because it blocks a phoning phase. That was my cousin, and that happened in 2018. He actually came to us in Amsterdam to sleep for I think 1 or 2 nights and to play a lot of Minecraft on a specific server. But then he introduced us to Wolvesville, and I couldn't stop. I just wanted to play Wolvesville or Werewolf Online, and I didn't really feel like playing Minecraft as much anymore at that point. But that was like, I had this 1 month of an addiction to Werewolf Online, and then it kind of sank away. Like, I've always played it for a couple hours a week. It's actually because of you guys, most importantly, because if I didn't have this YouTube community, I'm sure that I would have left already. Yeah, I would have played another game. I would not even care about Wolvesville anymore, to be fair. And it's really you. There's so many things I still have in my mind that I want to test someday in Wolvesville, and that is also why I haven't quit yet. It's not like I'm bored of the game by any means, but I have to say I'm not someone who plays daily. Because if I would do that, I would probably be very salty at some point, because the game does sadly have a lot of salt when it comes to some players. And also, yeah, also me being quite competitive in sandbox games, which doesn't always result in the best things. What do you do IRL except YouTube? I deliver packages on Mondays and Thursdays at the moment, but maybe it's gonna change again. And I'm on the verge of getting a contract as a video editor somewhere on a few days as well, but not for too many hours. But hopefully I can expand that in the future, and I'm also going to learn a lot more about video editing, because I'm still somewhat of a rookie in video editing. I mean, I have 5 years of experience, but I only use Adobe Premiere Pro since not even a year. So yeah, there's so much I still need to learn. That's what I do IRL, and I also have other hobbies besides gaming and video making. I play piano, for example, every day, and I love to sing as well. And of course, I'm a football fan, so I also watch football. I don't play football myself, although I really like to play football with friends and cousins. How did you end up being a YouTuber? Well, I was inspired by a Minecraft YouTuber called Mega Jannemannetje. He's Dutch, like me. And he had a server. My brother actually found his channel in 2012, 13. And then he bought Minecraft, he showed the game to me, and I was really hooked as well right away. Also, what's your motivation in doing these types of videos? Well, it's a mix between what I have recorded, what I have in terms of my ideas, because I do like to come up with creative ideas and like to execute them, and also a mix of what is needed. So sometimes I just feel like there's a need for a certain video because I want to either grow my channel, so then things like how to play as videos come into play. And sometimes there's also the need to share an opinion because something needs a change in the game, and then I make those type of videos as well, like the one about giving in. And most of the times not much happens, but it's always useful to make those videos as well, just to shed some light on a topic. Or also if the topic ever comes back, then someone can refer to the video and I have it explained all. I do not have that footage quite yet, sadly. I do want to make how-to content again though, soon. But yeah, soon. There's a lot of ideas still, and I think the tournament and how-to players videos are coming after April 1st. Because till then it's pretty full actually already. And I have some plans for April Fools again. One question that was posed by a lot of you is why the name Hypostein. Well, when my brother created his Minecraft account, he called himself Hyperstein, so I thought it would be funny to call myself Hypostein. I also had hypos as a child, which is low sugar. It kind of matched me, you know. If I didn't get to your question, then it's either a very practical question that I'm gonna show you in a short someday, or I'm going to come back at it right now. Anyways, see ya later.